Hi, boys and girls. How are you today? Wow, our story is sure getting exciting, isn't it? I can't wait to get to our story. But before we do that, today we are going to do some reading, even for you little boys and girls who haven't learned to read yet. Now, I have some pictures of some things that have been in our story so far. So let's see what the pictures are. We have a tree, very good. We have a deer, right? That was found in the tree, remember? We have a frog. Where did the frog end up? The frog ended up on somebody's head. Do you remember? Preston, that's right. And that's not Preston, is it? Who is that? That's Red, isn't it? Okay, so we have a frog, we have Red. Oh, pig. Who fed the pigs? Red, that's right. Oh, we have some seed. Seed. Grandpa knows all about seed because Grandpa is a farmer. But sometimes in our garden, we just don't get flowers and tomatoes and plants like that. Sometimes Satan likes to put in, what are those nasty things that grow in our garden? Weeds. Okay, now, some of you boys and girls don't read yet. So there's going to be a little clue. When I show you the word, I'm going to show you the first letter of the word. That will help you find the picture, okay? So let's do the first one. Are you ready? Okay, you know all the pictures? All right, here we go. This one starts with what sound? What sound is that? The letter P. That's right. P, 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 p. So we're looking for a picture that starts like p, p, p. Do you see one? P, p, p. Now for you big boys and girls, don't tell the little boys and girls. We're looking for one of these. All right, tell me when to stop. Shout it so I can hear you. Is that the pig? Ah! Pig! Good job. Oh, let's do. Let me show you the first letter first. W, w, w. W. W, w, w. T. No. F, f. R, r. Where's something that starts with w, w, w? That's a long E sound, so it sounds like E, just like the letter says. W. Let's start with W. Ret now. S, now. Weed! We found it! There's the old weed growing in our garden. Weed. Pig. Good job. Uh-oh. What sound does that letter make? The letter F. F, 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 f. We're looking for something. F, f. And I'll even give you a little better hint. F, r, fr, f, f, fr, fr, fr. Is that a f sound? F. No. F. No. F. Frog. Frog. Good job, Mr. Frog. All right, so we did p, pig, w, weed, f, frog. Let's see if you can do, what letter is that? D, D, like daddy, D. Do you see something that's, oh, stop shouting it. D, D. We have an E sound, D, and an R at the end, deer. Shh. D, D, tree, no. D, D, red. D, D, seed, no. D, deer, good job. D, deer, w, weed, f, frog, p, pig. You are doing so well. T, T, the T sound. Oh, you see it already. Are you serious? T. It could be this. Could it be this? T, 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 T. Tree. Good job. T, tree. P, pig. F, frog. D, deer. W, weed. S, s, s. Do you see a s? Which one? Which one starts with a s sound? Seed. Seed. Why does Miss Kathy have a big letter R? All these are little letters. Why do you think we have a big letter R? Oh, this is a mystery. Why do we have a big letter R? R, E, D. R, E, D. Red. Why does his have a big letter? Miss Kathy, because that's his name. Have you learned to write your name yet? Maybe your name is Sam, or maybe your name is Jenny, or maybe your name is Zachary, or maybe your name is Peter. You have to have a big letter at the beginning. So red has a big letter R. So let's see if we can read all the words now. Okay, you ready? Weed, good job. Pig, good job. Seed, good job. Tree, wow, look at you reading. Oh, there's a big one. Frog, good job. Red, and why? Why does Red's name have a big letter on it again? That's right, because it's his name. I didn't know you boys and girls could read. You didn't tell me that. Miss Kathy didn't know you guys were good readers. Wow. Well, Charlie, Red, and Preston, they want to be just like the missionary Paul. They want to be, do you remember that word I told you last time? Bold, strong, brave. They want to tell Terrible Tim about Jesus and try their hardest. I mean, they took their little track that told about Jesus, and Charlie had it, and they were ready to go back up that hill. They were going to sneak around the back of the cabin, kind of come up to the front door, leave the track before Terrible Tim even knew they were there. But something happened on the way up the hill. That's right, a snake. And those were the kind of snakes, the rattlesnakes. Remember I showed you on a rattlesnake, they have that rattle right on their tail, and they're dangerous snakes, so you have to get away from them. And so they ran and they ran and they ran, But Charlie, while he was running, do you ever run and kind of your foot falls in a hole and that really hurts badly? Well, that's what happened to Charlie. He kind of fell in a little bit of a rut, a little bit of a hole, and ouch, man, did he hurt his ankle. And the boy said, "Well, can you walk? Can you walk? Can we get down to the bottom of the hill? We can help you. You can like hang on our shoulders." And Charlie said, "I think I broke it. I can't even move my ankle." Well, Preston wanted to stay with him because, they didn't want to leave him by himself. And Charlie said, "No, I don't want you guys to get lost. You go down, get Grandpa, and come on back up. I'll be fine." And Charlie was scared. He really was. But he remembered his Bible verse that all things work together for good. And when we're scared, it's always good to try to remember God's word and try to remember that Jesus is with us. But that snake came around. Now, Charlie tried to hold really still because he thought if he held really still, the snake wouldn't know that he was there. Just hold real still. But when something's hurting, it's hard to hold it still. And Charlie just had a hard time holding that leg still. And it kept moving. And the snake is coming closer and closer and closer. And Charlie's like, "Oh, help me, Lord, help me, help me, help me." And all of a sudden there's boom. And the snake was dead. But who got the snake? That's right, Terrible Tim. And when Charlie looked up and saw Terrible Tim, that fear was coming back again. And he said, "Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you." "You okay?" I hurt my ankle and I can't walk." What did Terrible Tim do? Now, he could have left him, but he didn't. He picked him on up. "I'm taking you back to my cabin." And he took Charlie and he got to the little cabin, that was way back in the trees. And he kicked open the door and it was so dark in there that Charlie could hardly see anything. Did you ever be outside and then you come in and your eyes are kind of from the sun and you can't really see when the room is dark? Well, Charlie couldn't see what was in the room. And Terrible Tim took him over and put him on a little bed. "I got to go get some wood," and went back out of the cabin. Well, Charlie looked around and his eyes were getting a little bit more used to the dark. And the first thing he saw, you know what that is? Do you have a guess what that might be? It's got a little door on the front. There's a little bit of wood beside it. Oh, and there's a chimney coming up. What do you think that is? It's kind of like a stove. Now, it's not like a stove like your mama has that she cooks your dinner on, but it's a stove that you might put in a cabin to keep the cabin warm, and you can cook on top of it. So the first thing Charlie saw was a stove. And Charlie looked around a little more, and he saw a table. Now, there were some dirty dishes on the table, but there was something else on the table. Do you see these? What do you think those are? It looks like a bear. I don't know. That might be like a ram. And that looks like a bunny. More of those little wooden creatures, like what he found in the tree. Do you remember? He found the beaver and he found the deer. Well, there's more. And there was a knife on the table too. So he saw a table. He saw a stove. This is a little tricky. Do you know what these are? What are those? Do you know what those are called? Those are called crutches. Crutches. What? Have you ever seen anybody have crutches? What would you use those for? What do you think that someone would have? Why would someone have crutches? That's right. If you can't walk well, if there's something wrong with your leg, he saw a pair of crutches. This is getting more and more and more interesting. But then he looked over in the corner and he saw a little boy. little boy about his age, blonde hair, very thin. There's the crutches I was telling you about. Well, Charlie saw this little boy, and the little boy kind of looked at Charlie, and Charlie kind of looked at the little boy, and Charlie thought, well, maybe I better say something first. And he said, "Hi there." The little boy was really shy. "Hi." What's he doing? He's got a knife. Why would a little boy have a knife? Oh, he's making something. And Charlie said, my name is Charlie. My name is Christopher. Hi, Christopher. Hi, Charlie. What you making? Oh, I'm just carving some stuff out of wood. Hey, did you leave some things in the tree? Did you leave a deer and a beaver? Yes, I did. Do you live here? Yes, I do. I live with Tim. He's my uncle. My mommy and daddy were in a bad accident a year ago, and they died, and I had to come and live with my Uncle Tim. Well, why'd you leave those things in the tree? Well, I saw you and your friends down in the valley down there, and boy, I really would love to have some friends. And I saw you guys coming up the mountain, and I thought I would leave those presents for you because I really wanted to meet you guys. Well, we'd love to have you as a friend. Why didn't you just come out and meet us? My Uncle Tim, he doesn't trust people very much. And he said since I can't walk very well, that I shouldn't be playing with other kids. I should just be staying here and doing my carving. And Uncle Tim, he doesn't like people very much. He has some money up here in the cabin, and he doesn't want people snooping around, and he gets very mean. Well, we would love to be friends with you. And then Charlie remembered. He remembered that he still had that little Bible tract with him. This would be a good time to plant some seed, to sow some seed, to tell Christopher about Jesus. And Charlie said, would you like this little book I have? It tells you all about God and all about Jesus. And Christopher said, who's Jesus? Boys and girls, do you know there's some people who have never heard about Jesus? And Christopher was one of them. And Charlie's really excited. He said, well, Jesus is God's son, and God sent Jesus to earth to die on the cross for our sins. To die? For me? Yeah. And you can read all the Bible verses here in my little book. Would you like it? And Christopher got up on his, what are those called? Crutches. And he came over and he said, but I don't read very well, Charlie. I really don't read very well. I don't even know if I could read it. And Charlie said, well, I can tell you everything. I can read it for you because I'm a pretty good reader. I'll read it for you. Charlie was so excited. Oh, he's going to get to be a missionary, and he's going to get to tell Christopher about Jesus. He's so excited. But then, boom, the door opens, and who comes back in but Terrible Tim? And Terrible Tim gave Christopher that look, and he said, you get back to work on your carving over there, young man. And Christopher went back over and sat down. And Terrible Tim looked at Charlie, and he said, I don't want you ever to come back here. Do you understand that? You stay away from my cabin. You stay away from Christopher. I don't ever want you back up here. Now, Charlie's getting a little bit scared again. But just then, there was a knock on the cabin door. I wonder who that is. And I wonder if Charlie will ever get to tell Christopher about Jesus. And you come back next time and we'll find out who's at the door and if Christopher ever gets to hear about Jesus. Oh, we're sowing some seed now. I hope Charlie gets what he sows. Ready? Here we go. You reap what you sow, you get what you grow. This is the law that the Lord has made. Give to others and you'll never lack. Plant some good and your good will come back. One more time. You reap what you sow, you get what you grow. This is the law that the Lord has made. Give to others and you'll never lack. Plant some good and your good will come back. Oh, be careful, little heart, what you sow, 'cause what you put in the ground is gonna grow. Plant loving, godly seeds, and your Father will be pleased when he sees your lovely garden start to grow. Come on, we know this now. We've sung it like a million times. Let's try it again. Ready? Oh, be careful, little heart, what you sow, 'cause what you put in the ground is gonna grow. What should you plant? Plant loving, godly seeds, and your Father will be pleased when he sees your lovely garden start to grow. Good singing. Let's do our verse. Pointies, pinkies, hold the other ones down. Mocked, mocked. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Galatians 6:7. I thought I'd trick you. Be not deceived. God is not. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Galatians 6:7. One more time. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Galatians 6:7. Charlie is trying to sow some good seeds in Christopher's life. Do you tell other boys and girls about Jesus? Boys and girls in your neighborhood? Boys and girls who might not know that Jesus came to die for them? You can sow some good seed by telling them about Jesus, just like Charlie is trying to tell Christopher. And when we plant good seeds, God promises that we'll reap what we sow. I love you, boys and girls. We'll see you next time and we'll find out what happens in that cabin. Love you.